So I'm back here again. Luckily today I have some time waiting in the car because you can see for my family member for a hospital visit. Regular hospital visit, nothing crazy about it. So waiting in the car for them. The great thing is I am here to help them out. So that's one of the great thing. But anyways, so in this video I would like to cover my story, like my life story, how it started for me, how I end up in America. I just want to give you the background so you can relate to my stories. If I tell you all the things which recently happening, probably those may interest you, but you may not be able to connect the dots. So let me tell you my story, how I started, how I ended up in America, and we'll follow why and how I came back to India. What were the driving factors and trigger points? So my story, I grew up in a town called Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Beautiful town. I was born and brought up here. My parents were born and brought up here. My grandparents were born and brought up here. So I grew up here, growing up, middle class family, always had the food on table. Both the parents were working to earn the living. Middle class, lower middle class, typical family. There was no struggle for the food, but they always wanted to make sure that we get the good education and everything. We are three brothers. Three kids. They were doing their best to feed us, to keep us healthy, happy, and educated, provide us good education. I'm the second kid. I never felt like I was good in studies or whatever, but God is being really kind to me, and I got a lot of good opportunities in my life. I just followed my heart and whatever came to my way and just picked up and moved with it, and I ended up in America. So I did my Bachelor of Science, which is called BSc Computer Science, from Indore. There's a college called Khalsa College, Indore. I did it. I passed out from there, and then I was lost. What to do next? I never wanted to leave my hometown, Indore. I really wanted to live here, but then some of my friends told me that they're preparing for something called Master of Computer Application, MCA entrance exam. I started preparing for that. I did not know whether I'll get admission, because that time the admission process was counseling and all those things. I don't know if it still exists. I have no idea about it. So I did that. I gave an exam with one of few friends, and I got admission. And another town called Bhopal, pretty close to Indore, which is like 3-4 hours drive, or by road or by bus or by train, whatever. But nostalgia kicked in. I got the admission, but I did not want to go back. We gave 10,000 rupees deposit as a token kind of thing to the college that I'm coming there. I didn't want to go. I really wanted to be close to the parents, and I was like 29. I was like 28, 20-year-old maybe. I really didn't want to go, and I told my parents that I really don't want to go, and my parents were trying to convince me that it's good for your future. Please go there and study. I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you all these stories, because I really want to tell these stories, and you will probably learn something from it. It's just my life stories, or may not learn from it. Maybe you get entertained, or maybe you get bored. I don't know. So I did not go, and my parents were a little upset, but they never forced me. They did not even say that you have to go, we spend this much money. That was my life's biggest learning, came from there. My lower middle class parents, 10,000 rupees was a big amount for them. And I got an admission in one of the good college in Bhopal, and they never forced me that you should go there. They were like, you really don't want to go, don't go. My dad was always supportive. My mom was always supportive. Now I look back, if I enroll my daughter in some of the computer or guitar or whatever drawing classes, not computer, guitar or drawing classes or something, and if she doesn't want to go, I guess pissed off, like I spent the money, you're not going, blah, 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 all those sort of things. Now I realize how my parent would have felt, but they never reacted. They supported me. So those kind of small things which your parent does, you don't realize those things. And we in this generation do a lot of parenting and we feel that we are better parent, but if you observe, your parents were much better in parenting. Now I was lost. I was not doing anything because I did not go to that college. I did not take the admission. I really wanted to be in a hometown, and I decided I'm not doing anything. Then I took the admission in one of the college close by, which was MSc Electronics and Telecommunication, just to do something. And Devi Alya Vishwavidyalaya, which is in Indore. Now I went there for a few days and I realized that since I came from the computer background, I did not understand transistor, capacitor, practicals and all those sort of things which they were talking about. The professors were really nice, but I was not understanding anything, and I was like pretty much detached, and I was like, no, I cannot do this degree. I came back home, I told my mom after a month or so that I cannot do this. I'm not able to understand anything. My mom said, take your time and see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, then we'll figure out something else, or you can see what you can do. Again, I was lost and I was sitting at home doing nothing. I was believing that something good will be there for me. And one of the biggest reasons why I did not go to the Bhopal or did not want to go away from my home is my dad's health. My dad had a heart attack in a stroke in 99 or 2000 time. And then I start feeling like I want to be close to him when he needs the support. I have 2 more brothers living in same town with family and all, but somehow I did not want to go. So I took this decision. And I did not do anything for next 1 month or so. But then luckily what happened, there was a college in my hometown, Medicaps. They had 1 seat open for MCA. Somebody left or whatever reason. And then I came to know about it from the newspaper. Actually, I did not come to know from the newspaper. One of my friend read it in the newspaper and he called me and said, Pawan, this is open. Why don't you try this? And I had to go there with the 10,000 rupees draft. I went there with the 10,000 rupees draft and I got the admission, and now I start doing my studies in my hometown. I was really, really happy that I'm close to my parents. Moral of the story is, why I'm telling you this story, you're probably not interested in. Because life always gives you choices and you make the decision by your heart or your mind. Either way is not right or wrong. I made my decision with my heart that time. I was always happy that I get to stay with my parents during my college years also. And God has been great to me. My parents' blessings and everything. I got admission in my hometown. I took a leap of faith that time also. I might have not got the admission. I'm not suggesting you should do similar or somebody else should do similar. But things happens. You always get some choices and your heart says something. Your mind says something different. I don't know, some people say there is not much difference between your heart and mind. Your mind plays a different ways with you and you feel it's coming from your heart. But I felt strongly that I really want to stay in this town and wait for the good opportunity. I did that. I got admission. I finished my MCA from my hometown Indore, get to stay with father and mother. And it was a beautiful time. I had a lot of good friends in my hometown and I had a lot of fun. So this video was about just to give you some background about my personal life or my background, like what I was, where I came from and how I did this. Probably next video I will make it about how I ended up in this software companies, which I never thought I'll be part of. Like, I never thought in my remotest dream that I'll work for any software company in my life. America was no question at all. Like, I never thought I'll go to United States. It was never a dream, because I never thought I'll reach there, right? So, and I never pursued it. It just happened, as I said, the opportunities came and I just picked those and I just went with it. And so, moral of the story, life always gives you better than what you think or what you expect. So keep doing what you're doing, trust in the God, and take your parents' blessings and your elders' blessing and do the right things. Things will happen for you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry too much about it. God has been great to everyone, and you will reach where you want to be, or something better. I tell you, there's a saying that if you're not getting what you want, then something must be much better than coming for you. So just wait you just need to have patience. So in the next video, I'll talk about how I ended up in Mumbai. The next journey was I reached to Mumbai, and from there I went to America, how all those things happen. This is a story of a small town person. Indore was a small town at that time. Now no more a small town, it's a big town. It's much busier and much happening now. But I'll tell you all those stories, if you can connect to those. Have any questions, comments, most welcome. Don't like it, it's fine. Sorry for wasting your time. Again, my whole point of making all these videos is just letting my feelings and on this regarding, so that somebody can get benefit. I think some people will definitely relate to me and may get some help from me or these messages. That's what my goal is. Hopefully this message reaches to you. I'll make a few more videos going forward and see how it goes. And please ask me any question if you want to. Thank you.